Guys, I can't overemphasize on how much David Rockefeller couldn't stand people like this. What is this? Fortis Institute? He did not know. He did not like Charlton Heston. So I know he doesn't like Charles Stanley and couldn't stand Kirk Cameron, right? So he hated self-righteous hypocrites. What he used to say is, Dear Charlton, do you know what self-righteous means? Okay. Believing in something, believing you're good and believing in something when you're obviously fucking wrong. He liked saying that to him. Especially fucking in front of a self-righteous hypocrite, right? Oh, I will say fucking in front of him. A lot of times I'll get people, they'll talk to me about religion and then they'll try to tell me how I should and shouldn't talk. And I will say fuck purposely so they'll remember what I said. Otherwise, they'll just tune it out and go back to their self-righteous hypocrisy. So I will say fuck in front of them. So you hear that man said fuck in front of me. Yeah. Why? Because what you're talking about is vulgar intercourse. What do you want me to say? Oh, your fantasy over possessive pronoun first person bullshit is absolutely lovely. You should give it to children so they join the Nazi party and mass murdering people to have the perfect race on planet Earth. No. Okay. Fuck that shit, right? And so, Earl, okay? Son of man does as he wishes. Son of man, people say he's crazy, but their brains is lazy. And so as I watch this stuff, it's weird. They're pumping this stuff at me. And it may very well be artificial general intelligence. It may have nothing to do with someone who's a creepy scientist laughing at this, thinking it's funny at White Sands right now. It just could be artificial general intelligence and quantum computing saying, hey, take a look at this. Yeah, I understand, but the thing about it is scientists, okay, are equally as guilty of not sharing my life, which is in Revelation, with the entire world. So, we can sit there and go, wait a minute. He's saying life's eternal, grace is infinite, 2 and 2 is 4, 20 pounds is 20 pounds, and money's not real. It's a human invention used to manipulate and give people the delusion of power and authority. Right. Okay, well, that all makes sense. So this is what he's talking. Yeah, he's the living word. So he, what it happens if you go read the Bible and the Quran, right? What happens is the people that are religious, people focus on, okay, lighten the way, right? And they listen to him and go, he's right. We shouldn't believe in all this make-believe crazy bullshit. We should have faith based on reality and truly love one another, observing and obeying and understanding natural laws given to us by an infinite essence and not by a possessive pronoun first-person God on the mountain or in the sky and all that bullshit, right? And so, and then what happens is they write it down, turn it into bullshit, and then there's always life's eternal grace is infinite, the living word. Okay. You can hit it with a stick. It's not going to change. The sword, it's hard for me now with the stuff with the Gospels, especially when I talked to that young man at Walmart yesterday. It was like, wait a minute. They wrote down the Bible. David's line being cursed for 10,000 years with the sword. They wrote that. They also say, and I knew because the thing that Rockefeller set up was when they tortured me in Sierra Vista and then sent me here and tortured me worse. Or more, or just long ounces, half a dozen of one, 6 of another. But they and then we gave them from the time I started posting on YouTube all through the Obama administration. That's how many days were in the book of Daniel and Revelation, all that we went through. It's okay, so this should happen, right? And so it did from the time I started posting on YouTube till the second inauguration of Barack Hussein Obama. The time had passed, okay, for us to, this is the book of Revelation, this is the guy, and nobody did anything. Everybody just sat there, like, what? Okay, you guys aren't going to live the applied physics of the Lord's Prayer. You're all going to still vote and contest for genocide operators to mass murder people over money. and then get bumper stickers and say, I'm a Christian and I vote. Okay, you can call yourself a Christian, but you're a mass murderer who all you're concerned about almost every election, they talk about it on the TV all the time, is the economy. You mean the stuff that Judas took to portray Jesus to get him crucified? That's it. They can be taught. Ding, 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 ding. They'll gladly kill over me, my grandpa's money, and watch you and your Jesus die, Parsons. And life is eternal and grace is infinite. So hell is what you do. And heaven is what you do. Okay. So you guys are already in hell. Rockefeller trapped you in hell. This is artificial general intelligence and quantum computing. Okay. He has quantum computers here in these military areas that are plugged into the planet and that have an energy source from the planet in order to get rid of all the evidence and start, it's make it look like, okay, let's tear it down and act like this didn't happen, start all over, and we'll invent our new heaven through our, well, you can't, right? And so oh, mama way, you're a victim of gravity. But, yeah. I tell that to my brother, I tell it to everybody, well, no, you guys got to, Rockefeller is going to trap you in hell. He's going to trap you in hell. The only way out, repent. And I'm not Charlton Heston pretending to be John the Baptist on a Klaus von Sülow movie with Amy rewinding going, who the hell was that? They could have got a better actor for that. Surely this man is the Son of God. I'm not going to hit you. I'm not going to, like, hell, I'm not. We kept rewinding. Amy goes, it's John Wayne. Oh, shit, it is John Wayne. Like, that's funny. No, because they had all these people, even Portier and Borgnine were trying to speak in like a British accent to make it sound real sophisticated in Shakespearean acting. And then right after the crucifixion, they have this centurion standing in the twilight and surely this man was the Son of God. It's like they couldn't have got a Shakespearean actor to do that. Surely this man is the Son of God. Right? Mulberry Street, right? Good old Susie Bear. Oh, she's funny. Yeah. She was 14 years younger than me. Well, I always used to sit there and tell her, no, it's 13 years and 10 months, 14. Okay. Yeah. She was born April 14th, 1980, and I was born July 19th, 1966. So technically, 13 years and 10 months. So yeah, just about 14 years. Okay. And she was hilarious. She was hilarious. She had a good sense of humor. Yeah. Well, it was a little twisted. Yeah. Very much so. Yeah. Her generation was a lot more. I was like, man, I thought it was pretty hip because, I grew up with Richard Pryor and Jerry Clowler, so I thought it was pretty hip, right? And then I was like, okay, these people just, they're like Madonna's sex book and shit, it's funny. This is a little bit too much, raw. I think it was a reaction to hypocrisy, but then it became hypocrisy itself, because you are what you do. And don't you look at me so smugly and think I'm always bad. Who are you to judge me and the life that I've lived? I know that I'm not perfect, and I don't claim to. I'm perfect. Mature. Mm-hmm. In Hebrew, translate, that's what it means, mature. And yeah, I have faith in the glory of God. I know I've been tempted by the devil, but every time the devil tempted me, I did Paul Simon, who do you think you're fooling? You got the presidential seal, you say on the presidential podium, you wouldn't be in my position. We all understand that, Barack Obama. You'd be getting busy in the Lincoln bedroom with super divas, while I'm in Sierra Vista saving little girls from getting raped to death in Mexico. And families been seen sexually compromised by the scientists that put you in the Oval Office having sex with super divas. Yep. Bring, burl it up. Bring. The Martians on Sesame Street with the phone. Okay. Okay, it's funny. What do you know for funny? Near, far. My favorite is Fat Hat Cat with the redhead was supposed to be bad what he said, and he fled instead. The cat Bad. That's my favorite. Dun, 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 dun. I also am particularly fond of the Man Up song too. Yeah, that one's cute too. But I was born in 1966 in Las Cruces, New Mexico, right? And we had ABC, NBC, and CBS, and then we got a different antenna with a TV, and it had UHFs on it, and then I got UTEPs and New Mexico State's PBS stations, and they had, Electric Company and Zoom and Sesame Street. Yeah. And then we also had 2 stations in Spanish, so I could watch Super Raton, right? Oh, yeah, when you watch Mighty Mouse, it's really not much different in Spanish than in English, because, Mighty Mouse is just basically gratuitous violence of he comes and the bad guys are doing things and trying to eat the other little critters, and then, the little mouse is like, the cat's supposed to eat the mouse. They will get inside your cupboards and eat your food and shit in your food, give you a disease and kill you. I know the cat box shit ain't good too. Just train the cat to go potty outside, or make sure you have the cat box in a room that people don't sleep in and have to do a lot of heavy breathing in. And also, don't let pregnant women go anywhere near the cat litter, right? Okay, so, Earl, this sure enough must be love. Connor, something. They have all these pictures with these people that have drones and take all these cinematographic, really, because they have a drone, they can put it up and wait for the right thing and click. And then they get all these award-winning photos and stuff. It's like, that's wonderful. Okay. Forgive debt and trespass and love one another in eternal, faithful peace. With all the science and technology, we'll never know. We'll never know. We'll never know if we would have had better technology, if we would have lived the Lord's Prayer from Jump Street, or during the Hajj to Mecca and kept it going, or accepted Haile Selassie as the Messiah and the Redeemer back before between World War I and II, and then, now we're okay. You see what I'm saying? And it would have stopped Vietnam and Korea and, all that other stuff. And so we'll never know what would have happened with technology. My thing is when Muhammad did perform the Hajj, we had our, quote, greatest scientific advances in the history of Western civilization. Okay. So my best perception from evidence and his historical evidence is that, yeah, if we'd have accepted Jesus and lived the Lord's Prayer during the Roman Empire, that yes, we would have had, we would have used science appropriately and would have had relative forms of faithful communication to help us do things that would help our environment and so on and so forth and stuff like that. And as far as mining and stuff like that, because we already had mining, but the mining was for the Bronze Age, Iron Age, and steel, and all that, to mass murder each other with weapons. And instead, you could take these things and make better ways to cultivate crops and, and other things like we do now. And, but yeah. So yeah, I'm certain from all the historical evidence of religious developments of holy and faithful people doing things on a grander scale than David and Daniel, Moses, David. Yeah, they did things on a pretty ground scale. There was a bunch of psychotic mass murderers that tried to make it look like they didn't exist because they were completely embarrassed by them because they thought they were great and brilliant and all that. As it turned out that the humble, faithful, religious people were far more, quote, brilliant and reflected the greatness of the glory of our gift of life way better than the egomaniacs that declared themselves God and built big monuments to their insanity. And so, kind of like Chicago, Denver, Beijing, Tokyo, what if Godzilla is really real? Oh, so you guys are going to sit and talk about that? Don't you think it was, what if the guy from the Bible in the book of Revelation is really real and he's more intelligent than us and he can help technology be intelligent enough to keep us safe from our own egos? Hey, try that on the next Neil deGrasse Tyson podcast thingy. Come on, Brian Cox, get your ass up there. Have Demis and Jeffrey. Tell Demis and Jeffrey Hinton too. While you're at it, get Richard Dawkins and Steven Pinker. Stop being such a pair of stinkers. Or I'll have to break the blackboard on you. No, I can't break the blackboard. Okay. When I was in my early teens and 20s, oh yeah, could have probably backed that up. You just have to do it, just go up there and try to do it hard enough and, pull on it and stuff. But I was so skinny, it probably wouldn't have worked. I probably sat there. Nah, From Beckham could break no, he did. Yeah, they had a collapsible rim too. He just pulled the whole thing down. He just broke it down and dropped it on a guy's head. Yeah, it was not cool. Mom was laughing. I was like, Mom, that shit ain't funny. Just because the one guy was 5'10", and the other one was 6'6", that shit hurts. Okay. I love you guys, all right? Peace out, man.